lesson we have discussed about the object-oriented system, object-oriented design we have discussed about, right? Earlier to this, we have discussed about the function-oriented approach, right? Now we discuss that there are a number of steps in object-oriented design. And these steps will start from the problem statement. From problem statement, we have to create a use case model. So based on the use case model, based on the problem statement, we will create the use case model. And after the use case model, we will create an activity diagram. Now, once the activity diagram is developed, now we have to draw an interaction diagram. And after the interaction diagram, we have to go for the class diagram. And once the class diagram is there, and what we have in the class diagram, this class diagram represents the relationship between or among all the classes of the use cases. Then after the class chart, we have a state chart object diagram, right? And after the state chart object diagram, the state chart, it represents a particular task, a particular activity. Like we have discussed with an example that if we order something or through online, Amazon or Flipkart, so how the process will take place. So that is a state chart for receiving order or for the order, right? Now, after this state chart, we have to draw a component and deployment diagram. And after this, we have the design document. So in case of object-oriented analysis and design, right, we have to follow certain steps, certain phases, starting from the problem statement and up to the deployment diagram. Now today in this session, we will discuss about the implementation of this, that how we can use these steps, that how you will create a use case diagram, then how you create the activity diagram, right? And mostly we'll discuss about the sequence diagram in this case, right? So first look at the statement. Right? Now in this statement, a software has to be developed for automating the manual library of a university. The system should be standalone in nature. It should be designed to provide functionality as listed below. First, issue a book. A student of any course should be able to get book issued. Books from general section are issued to all, but book bank books are issued only for their respective courses. A limitation is imposed on the number of books a student can issue. A maximum of 4 books from book bank and 3 books from general section is issued for 15 days only. The software takes the current system date as date of issue and calculates the date of return. A barcode detector is used to save the student as well as the book information. And the due date of return of the book is stamped on the book. So these are certain terms and conditions while issuing a book, right? That we have to take care while developing this software library management system. Now the second functionality there that needs to be implemented is the return of book. Any person can return the issued book. It means the physical presence is not required, right? The current physical presence is not required. The student information is displayed using the barcode detector. The system displays the student details on whose name the books were issued, as well as the date of issue and the return of the book. The system operator verifies the duration of the issue, and the information is saved, and the corresponding update takes place in the database. Beside this issue and return of a book, we have a query processing also. So what we have in that, the system should be able to provide the information like the availability of a particular book. Let us say if you want to search for a particular book, so that we can check, we can search availability of book of any particular author or number of copies available of the desired book that is there. Beside this, there are certain terms and conditions. The system should be able to generate reports regarding the details of the book available in the library at a given time. The corresponding printouts of each entry, may be issued or may be returned, made in the system should be generated. Security provisions like login authenticity should be provided so that authorized user can access the system. Each user should have a user ID and password. A record of the user ID of the system should be kept in the log file, right? And provision should be made for the full backup of the systems. So this is basically the problem statement, and for which we have to develop a system. I hope the problem statement is clear to all of you, right? So this is the first step of, we can say, object-oriented analysis and design. Now in the second, from this problem statement, we have to develop a use case diagram. Now that is in front of your slide, the slide, we have a use case diagram. Now in this use case diagram, you can see here we have the four actors: librarian, operator, barcode reader, and the user. These are basically the four actors that they will perform action with the system, or you can say they will interact with the system. Now, so these are four actors: operator, librarian, barcode reader, and the user. These are the four operators that are used there. Now here we have 8 functionalities that will be developed by this software, or you can say they are expected from this. The first one is a login, right? So in this login, operator and librarian, they are the actors, right? And the user may be barcode reader, right? Student, faculty, staff. The second module that is to be developed, second functionality that is to be developed, that is the issue of a book. In this issue of a book, we have the two actors, operator. You can see from here that operator is one of the actor, right? And barcode reader is the another actor in this, right? So this will prepare a issue of book, or this will provide a issue of book functionality. The third functionality that is expected or needs to be implemented, that is the return of a book. In this use case, return of a book, the actors are operator is there and barcode reader is there. So these are the actors in this who will perform the action. Fourth is the regarding the query of a book. So here we have the actor is operator and the user is an also actor in this case. Then we have maintain the catalog. In the maintain the catalog, only the operator will act as actor. Then we have generate report. Librarian will act as actor and will generate the report of issue of book or return of book. At any instant of time, the librarian can generate report. Then we have maintain login. If let us say a new student is added, or you have to make certain changes in the existing, right? Or let us say you have completed the course, now your login is no more required. So in that case, we have to delete that. So maintain login is also done by this librarian. And the last one is the maintain student detail. So this student detail, this will be done by this operator. So the operator will perform this maintain student detail. So this is all about the use case diagram of library management system. Now from this use case diagram, it is very clear that what we are going to develop, right, and how we are going to develop this. Now we'll discuss about the sequence diagram of each, right? So first we discuss about the sequence diagram of login. Now there are three objects in this. One is entity object, interface, and control object, right? So if you look at this login, here the actor is the user, right? You just enter your user ID and password, and this is the interface object. This one is the interface object, right? So the first step is enter user ID and password. Second, submit detail, right? Third, get login details. Your credentials will be verified, right? So here the login is checked. Either it is an error, if it is invalid, or it is valid, a success message is there. Now this is basically the control entity, that is login checker, that will control, and this is the general entity that is there, that is used for this. We can say this is interface object, this is control object, and this is entity object. So these are how these entities are there. So this particular sequence diagram help us to understand and implement the sequence of steps, the activities that we have to follow or that needs to be implemented in case of login. Now in the next we will discuss about the sequence of issue of a book. That is much more important. Now in this issue of book, we have the two actors here. You can see so here we have the two operators, actors, sorry, operator and barcode reader. These are the two actors here, right? And beside this, here we have this control class, student information controller and book information controller, issue form information object, sorry, message box information object, interface, sorry, these two are the interface object, and here we have the entity objects, student detail, student issue book detail, and issue book details. These are basically the entity objects. So here in this sequence diagram for the issue of a book, two actors, operator and barcode reader, two control objects, two interface objects, and three entity objects are there. Now look at the steps here. First step, the barcode will read the barcode, submit the barcode, and get student details from this student, right? Then validate details. If it is invalid, right, the message will be displayed. Otherwise, now check book can be issued or not. Maybe the students have already number of books are issued, right? So if can't issue, then again the message will be generated, right? Then we have the read book code, submit book code, check book can be issued or not, whether the book is available or not, that is desired by the students, right? So book cannot be issued, so that the message will be displayed. right? If it's book issued, then it will update details, right? And that will be added to the student detail database also, and that will be added to the student issue book details also, and further final it will be added to the issue book details also, right? And then the book is issued successfully. This is the sequence diagram for the issue of a book. Now in the next we'll discuss about the sequence diagram for return of a book. So first you look at the actors here. So here the actor is operator and the barcode reader. These two are the actors. Book return is the interface object, right? Here we have the two control objects. Return book is one control object and calculate fine is another control object. Beside this, here we have three entity objects: student details, student issue book details, and issue book details. These are the three entity objects that is there. Now first, read code that is there on the book, then it will submit. Third, validate if the fine is there. If that is after due date, then we have a entity object that is calculate fine, that will be calculated and it will be updated, right? So after that, the book will be deleted from the student records, right? They will be updated, right? Student issue book details, right? And that book will be updated to the issue book details, that one more book is added to that, right? And the eighth step is book returned successfully. This sequence diagram of return a book manually shows step by step how the book will be issued, what are the various database that needs to be maintained. Now next in this we have the sequence diagram for a query book. Let us say you want to know about a particular book, whether that book is available in the library or not, right? So for that we have a query book sequence diagram. Now here the actor is user, you can see here. Interface object is book, query book interface. This provides interface object. This is a control object, that is a query operator. And book details, this is a entity object. So you'll find these objects: entity object, interface object, and control object almost on each and every sequence diagram. So the first step in this is enter name, or you can say the author name of the book. Title, if you know the title, you can enter the title, or if you know the author name, you can enter the author name. If you look at the user may be a student, maybe a librarian, maybe a operator, maybe a faculty, maybe a staff, any authorized user. User means authorized user, right? Second, you get details, right? Third, you will search for the detail, and fourth step, it will show you the results, if that particular book is there or not, if that book exists, whether it is issued or not. If it is not issued, so how many copies are available, how many volumes are available, what about the title, and all things you will get this regarding this, right? So this is the sequence diagram for the query of a book. Then we have to maintain the catalog. So here we are talking about the book information, right? The library needs to be updated. New books are required, and the books which are of no use or outdated, they will be deleted from the database. Now the sequence diagram of maintain catalog, the actor here is operator that performs the task of an actor. Then here we have the interface object, that is the update catalog form. This is the interface object, update catalog form. Catalog controller is a control object, right? And here we have two entity objects. One is book detail and the other one is issue book detail, the entity objects, right? Now in this also maintain catalog, we have to follow a sequence of steps. The first one, enter details, right? Second, submit details. The detail will be checked by the catalog controller, right? Then change details if any, right? So that will be, these changes will be done to the entity object book details, and if changes to book, then issue book details is also there, right? So this is how the operator maintain the catalog of the books. Now in the next we will discuss about the sequence diagram. Now next we will discuss about the sequence diagram for generate report. Here the actor is a librarian. The librarian will only authorized to generate the reports, right? To generate the report regarding issue of a book, or you can say return of a book, right? At any time, if a librarian want to know about the total number of book issued, the total number of book returned in the last month, or you can say today, so he or she can have the information regarding this, right? So here the interface object is report generate window. This is the interface object, right? Control object here is report generator, that will control, and entity object here is complete database, that is an entity object. So three objects, that is entity object, report generator, control object. This one is a control object, and this is the interface object, right? Now the first is enter and select the search criteria. Either you want to know the information about the issue of a book, you want to know information about the return of a book, or you want to know information about the total number of books available in the library. So whatever the information you want, it's just about that. Second, submit the criteria, right? And that will be dealt by this report generator. The report generator will check the criteria, right? Then you will search for that, right? From the data sheet will search, and then display report is generated. So this is how librarian is used